Come to Helmuth Ford, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
Hi, this is Stacy from Shuttler Insurance Services. Come see me on the east side of the square in Sigourney for all your insurance needs.
Make plans to spend the night of the 4th of July at the Keswick Tavern, as Luke Fox will be performing live from 8 to 11 p.m. with no cover charge. The show will be outside in the alley. Stop by and enjoy some live outdoor entertainment with Luke Fox at the Keswick Tavern. Luke is an Iowa country artist who plays Americana, roots, traditional, folk, and a whole lot more. So wrap up your 4th of July at the Keswick Tavern with Luke Fox from 8 to 11 p.m. The Keokuk County Expo in Sigourney presents the Faster Horses with opening act Neva Alden in concert Friday, July 18th at the Keokuk County Expo in Sigourney. The Faster Horses are your one-stop shop for both kinds of music, country and western. If you like high-energy 90s style country music, you're gonna love the Faster Horses. And Neva Alden is one of the best up-and-comers on the Iowa country music scene. And don't forget about the 3rd annual Fair Kickoff Cook-Off on Saturday, July 12th. It'll be here before you know it. The concert at the Keokuk County Expo in Sigourney on Friday, July 18th. Skunk River Radio, country music from 1990 through 2010 with some Iowa country music sprinkled in. Listen at skunkriverradio.com, download the app, listen on Alexa by saying, Alexa, play Skunk River Radio on TuneIn. Skunk River Radio will also be available on Google Assistant in the near future. You can listen to me, Steve Schattler, each weekday morning from 6 a.m. to noon, and listen to The Haze from noon to 6 p.m. Skunk River Radio, online radio for country music from 1990 to 2010. Live here on the Iowa Music Showcase at Barnwired. How are we all doing today? Hey, this table's alive. The rest of you, I don't know. You're going to have to work on it. We're doing the Iowa Music Showcase at Barnwired in Sigourney, as we always do on Fridays at 11:30. We're going to be talking and getting the music from Brittany Sword here momentarily. But first, we've got Amanda Snakenberg from Barnwired. Amanda, it's a busy time. You've got lots of stuff going on. The 4th of July is coming up. You've got a wedding in your family coming up here shortly. What do we got going on here at Barnwired?
Okay, so this week our sandwich of the week is the brisket grilled cheese. It has Colby Jack, pepper jack, cheese, and then sauteed onions, house barbecue sauce, and then it is on a toasted sourdough, and then you get your choice of side. Our soup is loaded potato. And then next week, we're going to do the PIG. So it's pulled pork, bacon. Really good. I'm so glad you can spell. So pulled pork, bacon, the French fried onions, beer cheese, house barbecue on a toasted ciabatta bun. So next week with the 4th of July, we're going to have extended hours, some shortened, some extended. So Thursday will be our regular hours, 6:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. And then Friday, we'll be open 8 to 3. So before the parade, if you want to come in, we'll be doing breakfast sandwiches plus breakfast casserole will be the offerings. We're not going to do a whole menu because we'll be getting ready for our buffet after the parade, which is immediately after the parade until like 1 or 2 o'clock, whenever everybody gets out of here. And then we'll have Ragass coming through. I don't know. Is that bad? Sorry. So the bar will be open through that for the bar. And then Saturday the July 5th, will be open 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. because we will have the bags tournament starting out. I think registration is at 3:30 starting in front of the store here on the square. And then leading, like after all that, then the concert will start. So we will be open. Our kitchen will be open Saturday night also from 4 to 9, I think. And then Sunday, we're going to shorten it up just a little bit because it's going to be a ride for a few days. So we'll be open from 9 to 1 on Sunday. Are you doing the sports thing Saturday?
Heck yeah.
All right. So we got that going on Saturday, too. So.
Now, I missed some of that. Can you repeat all of that again?
No, here you go.
All right. Did you have anything else? I grabbed the mic from you. All right.
Good. Thank you.
Give it up for Amanda. Amanda's a busy gal, doing a lot here in Sigourney on the square. And, we appreciate Amanda and Barn Wired. All right, we've got Brittany Sword with us. Brittany, how you doing today?
Doing great.
Glad to have you back.
Thanks for having me.
Actually, well, you did this full show yourself, I don't know, last year sometime. And then you were actually here just a few months ago for just a little bit of a show.
Yeah.
When we did that Iowa-based film that we were putting the focus on. And now you're back again to hang out with us. Always look forward to seeing you. I was talking about, been talking about you on the morning show this week, leading up to today's show. And I don't know, how long have we known each other now? It's been a few years.
Oh gosh, this was back in the Stress Fine days.
Yeah. You and your husband had your duo.
Yeah. Oh man, that's probably 10-ish years.
Really?
10 to 8, somewhere in there.
I've been guessing here recently how long I've known people, and every time it's been way longer than
I know, same.
than I've been imagining. So yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, we were just kind of reminiscing before we went on about that first time that you came on, you and your husband, and doing some Coldplay on the radio station and some different things. I always have to ask, how is your husband doing?
Oh, he's doing great. Yeah. He's we just opened up a business earlier this year, so he does guitar repairs.
Okay.
So my big joke is that I break them, he fixes them. So it's, symbiotic relationship, but yeah. So.
And you guys used to do music. He kind of stepped away,
Yep.
and now you're just doing the solo gig.
Exactly.
How long you been a solo superstar now?
Yeah, since end of 2019.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
And are you full-time musician? Or do you
Full-time.
kind of split your time between the music and is it string theory?
Stringed theory, yeah. So, yes, I'm full-time performing, and then the side, for me, it's the side is the teaching the lessons for guitar and vocal.
So you're living the dream.
Living the dream.
Now,
every
I know
day.
you also, you went to school for, like, beauty stuff, right?
Okay, so
Beauty school dropout?
yeah. Well, weird thing is I was going to music school and I dropped out.
Oh,
because I did not
music
know.
school dropout?
And yeah, exactly. And then I went to beauty school, so I was like dropped out of that into So anyway, opposite way. But I was dyslexic. I didn't know I was dyslexic, and so I was failing my other classes. But music I was excelling. So I was like, well, I don't need a degree to do music. I can just do it.
Yeah. That's cool. So.
So.
I kind of got ahead of myself. For people who are maybe here in person or watching online, maybe just tell us a little bit about where you grew up. Are you an Iowa girl? Have you been here all your life?
Yeah, I have been. Grew up in Ottumwa. Don't hold it against me, but that's where I grew up. My family's from Colorado originally, but so we moved here like right before I was born, and so I've lived here my whole life and live in Oski now for the last 14 years. Again, the whole memory thing of how long. I think it's been somewhere around 13 to 14 years, but I call that home now. It's a great place. I love it.
Yeah.
But yeah, grew up in Iowa.
And let's just stick on your business. Where is Stringed Theory located? Do you have like an actual storefront?
So we're out of Studio Oski, if you know where that is. So it's my friend Lauren Terrell. She opened up Studio Oski. She's an artist, visual artist. I am very much not a visual artist, but anyway, so she does visual art, and so she has a big like art gallery in there, and then it's an old hospital. So I was not around in Oski, at least when the hospital was there. So I think it's the Mercy Clinic. I want to say next to the P.O. Box, if you know where that's at. So so it's right next door to that. So there were all these exam rooms because it was a hospital. So now she rents them out. So there's a bunch of artists in there. There's a couple hairdressers, massage therapists. We're in there. So we have 2 rooms for piano and
so you go from here
guitar.
to here to here.
Right.
Get a massage here, get your hair done here.
Do it all.
Learn some music over here.
Yes, exactly.
Awesome.
You do it all. So, but yeah, it's a really cool like co-op type of a place.
Okay.
A little mini mall, if you will.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're based out of there.
And what all do you guys do there?
So we, like I said, Corey does the guitar repairs, so he does guitar setups and repairs. My sister is a piano tech, so she does piano tunings and piano repair, and she also teaches piano. She's a classically trained, beautiful pianist.
right.
You know, I always joke that I'm one of 7 kids, and I'm the least talented of all of my siblings. But anyway, so then I teach guitar and vocal, so we just kind of have our little business out of there. So,
Very cool.
Yeah.
You and your sister should be the swords.
Right? I thought we should be like the sword fighters
Yes.
or, you know, something like that. But she has a beautiful voice, but she won't sing. And I'm like,
All right.
yeah.
Has she
just
ever
one of those
been?
things.
Have you guys ever done any like music on stage or anything like that together?
Not that I recall. Yeah, I know.
need to make that
I know.
happen.
Exactly. Cammie,
Yes.
make that happen.
Yes, exactly. That'd be cool. Now, I was asking you this morning, because, you know, you used to do hair and the makeup and all that, what color your hair was going to be today.
Yeah.
Because generally, it's, you know, some of your promo pictures, you had your green.
Yep.
What other colors have you done before?
Purple, pink, blue. I think that's mainly. And then I did like all over red.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I've got a hair appointment in 2 weeks, so we'll see. We'll see what I come out looking
You
like.
said it was just going to be your natural color, but I see
Yeah.
some blonde
There's a
in
little
there.
blonde left over.
right.
Yeah, yeah.
All
So
right.
I'm not naturally blonde. That's
Just giving you a hard time on that. Music-wise, when did you start into music? Has music always been a big part of your life?
yeah, huge. So my mom always sang. She was in like Sweet Adelines and sang at church and all this stuff. And so she always sang in the living room. So I sang with her, you know, when I was a kid. But as far as like performing and stuff, I didn't do that till maybe I was 14, 15. I
Okay.
wrote my first song when I was like 12. I didn't even know how to play an instrument yet.
Yeah.
So I was just writing lyrics and singing it. But yeah, so it kind of always been around. Like when I was a kid, like 7 years old, I remember music playing in my head that I hadn't heard before. And I was like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah.
I was like playing around doing stuff. I'm like, music is just happening. So
And then, as I always ask, when did it become more serious? When did things take a serious turn?
yeah, so I think professionally, probably like I was maybe 19, 20, I want to say, when I started really trying to push for it a little bit.
Okay.
And then my husband and I got married when we were 21.
Okay.
And it took us 4 years to get our act together. But finally we did, and we became the Stress Fine. So we were a folk Americana duo. And that's, I think, probably the time that we really, really were pushing to get out there.
Yeah.
So
And you guys recorded some music, right? Mm-hmm. Is that out there still?
it is,
Okay.
yeah.
If people
So-
want to take the deep dive into
Yeah.
Britney Sword's past.
Yeah. So I think on that track we swapped the guitar back and forth. It's called Eulogy. So my husband wrote it, and I sang some background vocals. And I think that's about all that I contributed to that
Yeah.
project. But yeah, that's the only single that we have out on platforms. But we made some they're really not that terrible. It's just we didn't know what we were doing.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
back in the day. So we just like record stuff and put it online and hope for the best kind
Yep,
of thing. So
yep.
if you go on YouTube, you might be able to find some hidden gems there.
Or not so
Yeah,
gem-like.
in the rough, that's for sure.
And then since you become a solo artist, how much music is out there for people to find?
So I've got 7 songs out on wherever you listen to music. You can find them. So
Okay.
Yep.
And we might sneak one of those on Skunk River Radio. It might
Yeah.
be country enough. 'Cause
yeah,
I mean,
adjacent.
yeah, your music now isn't really country. I don't
Yeah.
know. How do you describe yourself?
Alternative pop rock is probably what I would say for the most part. Some people say indie. That's not really like a genre, but
Yeah.
like, independent music kind
Yeah.
of thing. But yeah.
Well, cool. Well, I always enjoy your music. Shall we get into some?
Yeah. I normally play electric, so bear with me if the chords aren't quite as pretty.
What are we going to start with today?
So this is not out anywhere, and so we'll talk about
World
this a
premiere?
little bit later. Yeah, I have played it live a few times, so a few people that have been to my shows will probably know what it is. But this one's called Higher, and it's kind of about like leaving all the crap at the door, right? And just kind of kicking back and having a nice time. So.
Okay, so once again, Britney Sword, Make Her Feel the Love here on our Iowa Music Showcase.
It was the time of our lives. No one could tell us nothing. Give it time, give it time, give it time. wait for it to sink in. And we're so gone now, we're so gone. Can you feel it rising? We're so gone now, we're so gone. Are you getting higher? Come on, escape from it all. Kick back into the cloud. Leave all your troubles behind. They only weigh it down. And we're so gone now, we're so gone. Can you feel it rising? We're so gone now, we're so gone. Are you getting higher? And it's so nice now that we're here. Put our problems on ice. It's alright now that we're flying so high. And we're so gone now, we're so gone. Can you feel it rising? We're so gone now, we're so gone. Are you getting higher? We're so gone now, we're so gone. Can you feel it rising? We're so gone now, we're so gone. Are you getting higher? Higher. Higher, higher.
Brittany Sword here on our Iowa Music Showcase. Fantastic job.
Thank you.
Way to hit those high notes this morning. I know it's probably not that easy this early in the day.
I did some warm-ups.
Yeah, to hit those notes. So more with Brittany Sword coming up here on our Iowa Music Showcase. We're live here at Barnwired in Sigourney. We'll take a few minutes break on Facebook and YouTube and be back with more on the Iowa Music Showcase here on Steve Shetler Media.
Build it together. Build it with Valley Lumber.
Are you building a new house or maybe wanting to do a remodel? Come check out our showroom at Valley Lumber and Hardware's Eddyville location. Cook kitchen cabinets, masonite interior doors, and more. Not sure what you want? Let us help with the design and layout of your new kitchen or remodel. At Valley Lumber and Hardware, we can help with any room in the house, from lumber for building to shower enclosures, paint, and more. Choose Valley Lumber and Hardware with locations in Eddyville and Albia.
Schedule your next dental appointment with Dr. Dan Schuster at Oski Dental, 641-673-4845. They're accepting new patients. Oski Dental will file all of your insurance forms for you. They're a Delta dental provider. And Oski Dental is located at 902 South 17th Street in Oskaloosa. That's Oski Dental, 641-673-4845. We make smiles happen at Oski Dental.
Looking for more than just a job? Find a career where you make a difference right in your community.
What I appreciate about First Resources is our dedication to innovation, always looking for ways to expand programming and offer greater opportunities for our staff and everyone involved.
First Resources staff are amazing. They're committed and they are motivated and they are fierce advocates to help clients meet their goals.
If you're ready to join a team committed to making a difference, apply online and join us at First Resources.
Are we back? Hello? Are we live? Hey, we're back on the Iowa Music Showcase. We're live at Barnwired in Sigourney, hanging out today with Brittany Sword. Brittany, let's see here. Where do I want to go? Let's go with your wrist.
Oh, yeah.
That is not a normal topic of conversation.
No.
Wrists
Right.
on the Iowa Music Showcase. But you've been dealing with some serious wrist issues here the
Yeah,
last few
yeah.
months.
Last 6 months. So the beginning of the year was just terrible. So I developed tendonitis in my strumming hand. It was just right back from my wrist, and I didn't know like how serious that was. I'd never had it before, and it was like I was playing a show. It was like a 4-hour show, and it just kept feeling worse and worse. And I kept stretching it. I was like, I don't know what's going on. And finally, I go to the doctor because I almost cut the show short because it was, every strum was just a shock up my arm. And so I went to the doctor, and it was all swollen. They were giving my husband the side eye. I was like, this was self-induced.
Yeah.
But anyway, so they did like compression and ice and all this stuff, and they're like, in a couple weeks it should be fine. Well, a couple weeks went by, it was not fine, and so I went back to the doctor again. It was like several visits before I got to do anything that was going to be substantial for it. So, because they want to check all this stuff before they just throw stuff at it. So they ended up doing a shot, and that helped a lot. And but it took me so long to get into the physical therapist. So it was like it's a whole thing. So it was like 6 months. So only 2 weeks ago have I been totally cleared to do whatever I want.
Yeah.
So today it was kind of a bummer because like when I booked this with you, I was like, oh, I'm going to have new music out. Like I have got to record. Like I was ready to go. And then this wrist thing happened. And I was like, well, everything just stopped.
Yeah.
Like it literally just stopped. And I had shows that there was a couple I had to cancel, and some really cool things. So I will say this every time. Iowa musicians are the best musicians, I think, in the country. We've had people from Nashville. We've had people from Minnesota. I don't care. Name a state, come through, and they are just blown away by how much we help each other. Good. And it's really, really cool thing. So like I will stand on that hill till I die. But anyway, so when my wrist was all screwed up and stuff and I couldn't play, Jake Beatty, which I think you've had on the show before, he came up and he's like, I will play for you. So he played a show for me. Daniel, who is normally my drummer, Daniel Thatcher, came and played a show. And I had Brian Heron on, which I think you've had on. If you haven't,
I don't.
You got to have it. He's got a voice of an angel. But anyway, so all those guys that just came and they're like, don't even pay me. Like, I'll just play. Yeah. And I'm like, no, I'm going to have to pay you. But no, that was so great to like have that support from the other musicians that, because otherwise I'd be out.
Yeah, otherwise you're out your regular paycheck, basically.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So, well, that's cool. Thumbs up to all those guys.
Yeah, definitely.
For stepping in and helping out. So now one of those guys is Daniel David. We've had Daniel here on the show at least a couple of times before. What a great big teddy bear of a guy.
Right.
This big imposing figure, but then he's just a softie.
Yeah.
And I think you and him play at lead worship at a church?
Yes.
Is that right?
Yep.
Where you guys go to church at?
At College Avenue Friends in Oski.
Okay.
And so he's our worship leader there. And so when I'm able to, I play guitar with them too. But,
well, that's cool. So just kind of another aspect of some of your musical abilities.
Yeah.
So that's good stuff. Again, hanging out with Brittany Sword here on our Iowa Music Showcase. How's your summer been going otherwise? Do you have any big gigs coming up now that you're free and able to play?
Not anything too massive.
Okay.
I was a little bit timid to put anything else on the schedule until I knew what was going on. I felt pretty listless for the last few months, and now I've got all this energy. I've been writing new music the last week. I'm like, okay, let's go. I've been down for the last 6 months.
Cram 6 months into as fast as you can.
Yeah.
Did you play at the Iowa State Fair last year?
I did.
Were you up on that one new bar thing or whatever?
Bubbly Bistro. Yeah, it was like right on top. Is there that grandfather's barn or something?
Yeah.
I think that was like right next to it.
Okay.
So
are you doing any State Fair gigs or anything?
Not that I'm aware of,
Okay.
and that's okay for this year. I kind of have backed off playing live a little bit this year, which people are like, you're everywhere all the time. I'm like, and this is me backing off of playing live, but.
Is that driving you crazy, being at home as much as you have been?
No, I feel balanced because last year I was completely out of balance. I basically was like, last year was like, let's see how much I can do and not die. And so that's...
And then your wrist happened.
And then my wrist happened. I'm like, okay, that's enough. That's enough.
Your body telling you to slow down a little bit.
All
maybe.
the time, my body's always telling me, don't do that. And I'm like, but I want to.
Yeah, exactly. Well, let's get into song number 2.
Yeah.
What are you going to be doing up next?
I think I'll do Johnny. So it's
this is a classic.
It's a
Britney
classic
Sword.
Britney Sword. So yeah, Classic.
I've always loved this one from the beginning. Since
That's what
you first
everybody
played.
has
Yeah.
told me. Even when, like, before it was recorded, they're like, "That's my favorite," and I was like, "Well, like, that's the one I'm going to record then."
Yeah.
And it's the one that I put the most production into, and we've got like violin and cello on the track, and it was really cool to see that come together. But yeah, it's my most recent single from 2023.
Gonna have to get back in that studio.
I know. Tell me about it. Been trying.
Yeah.
But yeah, this song is it's about a guy he's like running from his demons. The woman in the story, she's like begging him to stay, which, you know, I've always realized like that's not something I really want to like promote necessarily, to stay with somebody who don't want to stay with you.
Yeah.
But you know, real life stuff happens.
Yep.
And sometimes you hang on to the people that maybe aren't so good for you, but so this is Johnny.
All right, Brittany Sword once again on our Iowa Music Showcase.
Ride, Johnny, ride into the dark of night. You're gone, you're gone, you're gone. Still, Johnny, still, just like my heart you will. I'm gone, I'm gone, I'm gone. Just like a wanted man, you take what you need, then run. My Johnny's gone. Ooh. Love, Johnny, love, like you did when we were young. Don't fade, don't take your love away. Wasn't ready to let you go, but I know the call of the road. She takes you by the hand away. And here I'm left to stay. You're the coldest soul I know. I'll be your warm and faithful glow. So please don't leave me yet. The shadow you won't admit will chase you down until you hit your bottom, Johnny. Ooh. I know the world is calling your name, but I say it just the same. Oh, Johnny, I want you home. But Johnny's a man of the road. Oh please, Johnny, don't go.
Brittany Sword once again here on our Iowa Music Showcase. In my mind, I was hearing the cello.
Yeah.
No, it's a really haunting song.
It is,
I
yeah.
like that. That's awesome
you.
stuff. More with Brittany Sword coming up here on our Iowa Music Showcase. We'll take our last break on Facebook and YouTube, and we'll come back with some 5 random questions. We'll talk about a gig that she's got coming up tonight, and more with Brittany Sword on the Showcase here at Barn Wired in Sigourney.
Stam Garden Center. Transform your indoor and outdoor space with our stunning selection. Visit us today, open 9 to 6, Monday through Saturday, located at 2421 Highway 92, Oskaloosa.
The mission of Essence of Life Hospice is to provide comprehensive, coordinated care to individuals with life-limiting illnesses and to their families, and to support them in the process of death and bereavement. Our goal is to provide palliative care that addresses the physical, psychological, and spiritual dimensions of service for the terminally ill as an integrated whole. We pride ourselves on providing the highest quality care and are on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information, visit essencehospice.com. Stop by James Family Greenhouse and Produce in Sigourney. They have a variety of hanging baskets, annuals, shrubs, perennials, trees, mulch, and vegetable plants. Plus, you can spruce up your landscape with yard decor or decorate the inside of your home with home decor. James Family Greenhouse is also a great place to stop in for some gift ideas. You gotta stop in and see it all for yourself. James Family Greenhouse at 701 East Jackson in Sigourney. And be sure to follow their page on Facebook. Why choose Lifetime Dental? The legacy and experience of 30 years. Cutting-edge technology. Advanced education in pediatrics. Orthodontics. And restorative dentistry. A one-of-a-kind experience for the whole family. But most of all, we're compassionate doctors who are here to listen to your concerns and use our expertise to help. For all things dental, think Lifetime Dental. Do you smell what we're cooking? We're back here on the Iowa Music Show. If you smell... I don't have a full... My voice is a lot better than it was last week, by the way. Okay. We're back at the Iowa Music Showcase at Barnwired in Sigourney, hanging out with Brittany Sword. Brittany, it's that time of the day for 5 random questions.
My favorite.
It's everybody's favorite. First question. We'll go with our question of the day, which goes up on my Facebook page each weekday at noon. Question is, now, you guys don't have kids, but should kids have to do household chores?
100%. If not, then my life was a lie.
The Sword kids have to.
Oh, we had all
do
kinds
chores
of chores
at home.
All kinds of chores.
What was like the worst chore that you can remember?
I mean, the dishes were probably like, because it was all. I mean, there's 7 of us.
Oh yeah.
So think about those kind of dishes.
It wouldn't take long, to get a big pile of dishes.
Yeah, no.
Question 2. Who do they need to make a biopic about next? For like a movie about like a whoever, a rock star or whatever.
I feel like a lot of the ones that are coming to my mind, they already have. There's so many of them now.
Okay. What's been a favorite so far of the ones that have been out there?
Well, okay, so I haven't watched a whole lot of them, but they're on my list. They're on my list.
Wasn't
there
Freddie
the Bob
Mercury
Dylan
one?
I really want to see.
I haven't seen that one.
I really want to see that one.
But you got to go back and watch the Freddie Mercury one. That's
okay. That'll be the one.
Yeah,
I've seen the Queen. Was it just Queen?
Can't remember what it's called, but
okay, because I remember watching that, but I don't know if it was like about him specifically. I think it was just the band. But
okay,
yeah, that was great.
So you're not going to answer the original question, though, are you? Who should they make one about?
You.
Oh, okay.
They agree.
We need a rock star. I am not a rock star. I think it should be about Brittany Sword.
Yeah, there
we go.
And
the Sword Fighters.
Sure.
Question 3. What is your biggest goal for the rest of this summer?
Oh, the biggest goal, I think, to record a bunch of demos. I have so many ideas going on, so that's my goal.
Yeah. Question 4. Where is the best pizza? It says where's the best pizza in town, but I don't know. In the areas that you play, which is anywhere from what? Des Moines to wherever?
Okay, you've had them on the square. Stonewall.
Pizza?
We do pizza on the farm. Daniel and I do that together, and it's the best.
That is good stuff.
Best pizza.
Yeah.
Shout out.
All right. Yeah, she needs free pizza the next time she plays it. And then question 5. We're just plowing right through these. You're doing great. Question 5. If you could have any magical power, what would be the magical power of Brittany Sword?
I would fly. Don't even have to think about it. I'd fly.
Flying with your sword.
Yeah. Be
Brittany Sword to save the day.
Exactly.
You like that?
He's like, what does the sword do? It also flies.
What? Swords people?
Swords people. Yeah,
what do swords do,
cut up-
Neil? Oh, yes.
a
It's a
sword
healing
with
sword.
healing.
You poke them with the sword and they're healed.
Instantly.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I could just come and like chop some vegetables or something.
Or chop somebody's heads off. I don't know.
So
what I do.
violent.
Where are you playing tonight?
I'm playing at Full Bloom Brew House in Oskaloosa, and this is a kind of a surprise show.
Okay.
So we just booked it
Surprise.
like a week ago. Because of the bad weather that was coming in, I was like, I'm going to lose some shows. And honestly, I thought I had something booked, but it was this. On my calendar, it's like it's all the same color. And so I was like, oh, I already have something.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Full
She gets
Bloom.
paid with hugs and lunch on this show.
Yeah. But Full Bloom, come out. It's 6 to 9:30. They do hot dogs, but it's not like regular hot dogs. Like they're like gourmet hot dogs. So
right.
come out for
Check
that.
it out.
It's
Yeah.
a really cool vibe. It's totally like Millennial City up in there.
And is there any other gigs coming up that you want to shout out to?
So I've got some private events coming up, and then I might have one on Sunday where it's the weather dependent
Okay.
in Cedar Rapids. Sag wheel or yeah.
Sure.
Anyway.
That
one. That one.
people can find your events and your schedule
find it.
online.
Yeah, I'm on the
which
Mississippi
is, by the way,
on the 6th.
Where can people find you online?
So all of my social media is Brittany Sword Music. Don't forget the music part. And then my website is brittnysword.com.
Okay. All right. So go do that. Check out her music online, and hopefully, fingers crossed, maybe we'll get some new stuff by the end of the year.
Yeah. Hopefully.
And be listening for Johnny on Skunk River Radio.
Yeah.
Well, let's get one more song from you
All
here
right.
before we wrap things up. What do you got?
We'll do something fun again.
All right.
Normally play it on the electric, so we'll see. This one is called Colors. It's on my EP called Colors, which is the title track. But it's about waiting for your guy to ask the question. Popping the question.
All right.
So.
All right, one last time. Have you guys enjoyed Brittany Sword today? All right, one last time with Brittany on the Iowa Music Showcase. Take it away.
It's after midnight. I'm coming down off the biggest high I've had since you've been around. I live with no ceiling. I'm off the wall. Those electric eyes of yours take me to unknowns. I realize that I'm okay with you. You turn my colors from gray. Ooh. Is it the lights and sounds I'm under? Or are your spells doing the wonders? Is it alright that I stay the night? We could be here for the rest of our lives. Alright, tonight. Is this where you leave it? Me wanting more, waiting for me to show up at your door. 'Cause you know I will. I'm sick with love. I got what you want, it's dripping off of my tongue. I realize that I'm okay with you. You turn my colors from gray. Ooh. Is it the lights and sounds I'm under? Or are your spells doing the wonders? Is it alright that I stay the night? We could be here for the rest of our lives. If you say you will, I know I will. Love you for the rest of my life. Don't sleep on it. Please ask me tonight. Ask me for the rest of my life. Alright, tonight. The rest of my life. Alright, tonight.
Brittany Sword here on our Iowa Music Showcase. One thing quickly that we didn't talk about. Are you still doing the loop thing?
I am.
All right.
I got a
You're a
drum
looper.
thing sings, so I play the drums and I play that back and do some lead guitar work and all kinds of fun stuff.
Yeah, it's a little deal that
it's
foot stomper.
It's a whole thing.
Yeah, she kind of puts together the song as she goes. So it's a cool thing to watch. So if you get an opportunity to see Brittany in person in the future, make sure you take advantage of that. And again, Brittany Sword, our guest. Now, next week, I do want to point out, next week our Iowa Music Showcase is going to be on Thursday. Since the 4th of July falls on Friday, it's going to be so busy here in Sigourney that we're gonna bump it to Thursday of next week, and our guest is Chad Harrell. Now, I've known Chad for a long, long time, and he's going to be making his debut. It'll be the first time I've ever actually interviewed him. He's a great musician from here in Southeast Iowa. So Chad Harrell is our guest next week, 11:30 on Thursday of next week. Make sure you note that on your schedule, especially our live audience. We get our regulars in here, so be here on Thursday next week, and then we'll have time to celebrate the 4th of July on Friday. Well, Brittany, thank you so much.
Thank you, Steve.
Glad your wrist is back at it, and you're back
and
in
me
action. Appreciate it, and had a great time with you today. So hope we'll do this again, obviously, in the future.
Definitely.
So Brittany Sword here on the Iowa Music Showcase. We'll be back here tomorrow morning for the sports section. AJ Johnson from KTVO is the host. We talk to area coaches and athletes. I know we've got Albia softball confirmed. They're an undefeated softball team here in Southeast Iowa. They'll be coming to town tomorrow to be part of the show, so tune in then. Otherwise, that'll do it. Make sure if you're watching this live on Facebook and YouTube or here in person and you want to listen to this again, or have somebody that wants to hear it again on the radio, we will be putting this up on Skunk River Radio, the audio, at 2 p.m. this afternoon. So tune in on Skunk River Radio online. All right, that'll do it. Neil, thanks for running things from over here and chiming in with your comments that aren't always necessary. And we appreciate you guys for being here in person and for you guys watching online. It's the Iowa Music Showcase right here on Steve Shetler Media and Skunk River Radio.